everybody, Zach again at newtutorial.com. I wanted to come in and do a video for you today. It's kind of dark in here because it's cloudy and rainy outside. I don't know if you can hear the raindrops or not. And I was just out working in the garden and the rain started to come down. And, I was watching, some of the news reports today, and the politics is kind of, it's just kind of funny to watch. And I know I did a video on Trump just a few weeks ago, and I don't want to keep doing Trump videos, but, I mean, just watching the politics, it's kind of funny. I got these three guys. You have Trump, Carson, and Fiorina. They're the outsiders. And it's amazing to watch this. The establishment is so against these three guys. And the reason why, and I've told this before in other videos, the reason why these three people are so hated against the establishment, and the talking heads on Fox News and CNN and all these other places, the news places, the Washington Times, all these news outlets, the reason they're just beside themselves. How these people, can be, on top right now while all of the governors, senators, congressmen, whatever, are all at the bottom of the tank. They're just kind of circling the drain, as it is. And they just don't know. And they figure, it's all going to change. Obviously last year at this time, we had such and such who was at the front of the pack. And now, and he never made it anywhere, And so I get it. It's still early. There's how many days left before the election of, at least over a year. And so, what does this all mean? Being someone, I guess, again, who's involved in politics and who considered himself, just to the right of Genghis Khan when it came to social and political economic issues, I know why these people are at the top. It's because the base has not performed, or the GOP and the Republican establishment has not performed, and the base had enough of it. We're done, And I am not a voter. I'm not a voter. I'll get to that at the end. But, the base has had enough. We're done. Over. Finito. You guys have failed. If John Boehner and Mitch McConnell, the two guys who are the head of the entire Congress right now, who are Republicans, if they had gotten into power with their control, with their majority, had gotten in and had basically completely repealed Obamacare, had stopped the spending, and had sealed the border, probably Jeb Bush would be in front right now. Jeb Bush would be at top of the pack. He would be leading the race, and they'd have something to show for it. Or at least some other establishment politician would be leading the race right now for president of the U.S. On the GOP ticket. John Kasich or Walker, over from Ohio. One of these guys would be leading the pack. One of these establishment politicians would be leading the pack. Probably Jeb Bush. If Mitch McConnell and John Boehner had done their job. But they didn't. They're as bad as the Democrats. And so we keep putting these same people in office over and over again. We had this huge Tea Party movement that I was a part of. And the Tea Party, it meant nothing. It was nothing. Because everything people fought for that movement has turned up nothing. And so people are sick of it. And these establishment guys aren't getting anywhere. Yeah, the big money loves to support the establishment. And people like Jeb Bush and all these other guys have been getting major donations and major PAC donations. But at the same time, the polls, they're sucking in the polls because regular Joe Blows like you and me are like, I'm not playing that anymore. Or I'm not, I don't even vote. I'm not even voting anymore. But other guys like me who do vote are going to be like, I'm not voting for, if your name's Bush or if your name's Walker, or if you've ever been in office, if you've ever been in office before, or if you went to law school, then I'm not voting for you because you're just a bunch of liars. You're a bunch of liars. And so we're not voting for you. This is the real reason why Trump, Carson, and Fiorina are leading in the polls. Period. That's why. Done. I'm telling you right now. Now, I don't like Trump because I think he's, I love Trump. I don't like him because, he shoots at the hip and he changes his mind. I love the fact that he is anti-establishment. I love the fact that he's a businessman. I love the fact that he's been successful in life and being a successful businessman, especially in New York and all the cities where he is. Because let me be honest, the cities are controlled by Democrats. So you got to be, you got to donate to the Democrats. You got to play their game. You got to support their campaigns because they help grease the treads when it's time to push through business deals. And he is a businessman, and so he knows how that works. And he's savvy at it. He's good at it. He's done some good stuff. He's built buildings. I mean, what are these other politicians ever done? They've never built a thing in their life. Maybe a model airplane or something, but that's about it. So Trump knows how to get things done. Fiorina, I like her. She's a businesswoman. She is a businesswoman. She knows how to run a company. She's run other companies. She was successful. She's very successful in life. And yeah, she was fired from Hewlett-Packard, but so what? She's still done. She still has accomplishments on her resume. She has a better resume than any of these other politicians could ever dream of. Carson, I like Carson too. He's got some really good things to say. He's very conservative. I can't stand the fact that Carson is pro-vaccine. He's pro-mandatory vaccine, meaning that if he had his way, he would mandate everyone get vaccines, which, in my opinion, I would never vote for. Even if I was a voting person, I would never vote for Carson just on that alone, because I don't believe in vaccines. I don't think vaccines are going to help you. I think a good diet and good exercise is going to help you a lot better than any vaccine will. And just some good hygiene, would help you better than vaccines will. And I think one of the problems we have today with all these kids getting autism, 1 in 68 kids today getting autism in America, what is that about? That's crazy. So I'm not voting for Carson. I don't like Fiorina because she's big on war on Russia. She wants to go to war with Russia. I like Trump because he's like, hey, I don't want to go to war with Russia. I want to make business deals with Russia. I like that. But again, I don't like Trump because he shoots from the hip too much, and I think he'll do something crazy one day. Who knows? The reason why I don't vote, folks, is because I already have a king. My king is Messiah, Yeshua. His name is salvation. That's what Yeshua means, salvation. I will put my salvation in that name, in that man, in that Messiah. I only have one Messiah. I only have one king. He's coming back one day. I'm ready for him. I hope you are too. But these other guys out there who are claiming to be the Messiah and claiming and promising everything, because that's what politicians do, is they promise you the sun, moon, and stars, and when they get in office, usually they do, whatever they want. I'm not voting for those. Those guys are not my king or queen or whatever. They're not. They never will be. I'm done playing that game. I played that game. I was invested in that game before, and I saw the corruption from the inside. You can watch my past videos on that if you want to know more. But I don't want to play that game anymore. I have a king. And the last race I was in was a U.S. congressional race, and I said about midway through it, I said, if this fails, I'm just dedicating the rest of my life to the Most High, and I want to know Him more. I want to and this was even before Torah. I said I just want to do ministry. I want to go out there. And I want to proclaim our Messiah, and I want to proclaim sin and tell people about it, and to get people to repent and turn from it. That's what I want to do the rest of my life, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna do the rest of my life. And we lost that race. It was a horrible, horrible race. And I'll go into that story one day if you want to hear that story. Anyway, I made a choice, and I only have one king now. That's my king, and that's the only one I'm ever voting for. And because they don't allow me to vote for that king, I don't need to vote. I already know who's king. He's already gonna come back, and he's already gonna reign and rule. And my vote doesn't matter anyway, because that's what he's gonna do. So I'm gonna support that king. When my king returns, he will find the servant, at the door waiting for him, eagerly. All right, we'll leave it at that. Go home, read your Bible. Thanks.